When you're driving down the road and you stop and see a motorcycle, especially a Harley Davidson, I think a lot of people kind of check it out. Just,
People love motorcycles.
They do.
And one man in particular had a special love for motorcycles, and now he is being honored with a museum in Vogel Center, and that's where Alex and Stephanie are this morning.
Good morning, Scott and Kelly. That's right. This morning it's all about motorcycles and all about a man named Kevin Moses. Right now we are at the Museum of Moses. So Carla, let's start off talking about who was Kevin and how did this museum come to be?
Kevin Moses was my brother. He died August 8th of 2010 of head and neck cancer. He had a massive tumor on his neck that grew all the way around the back of his head until it finally ate him alive. He had a massive collection of vintage Harleys, among other things, and he always wanted his own museum, and now he has one.
And here we are today. He has obviously tons of motorcycles and also tons of motorcycle memorabilia all around us. Let's talk over here. What are we seeing? There's also some antique furniture, it looks like.
Lots of antique furniture. We'll start with the dresser. The dresser's from the Indian School in Mount Pleasant that was opened from approximately 1895 to 1934 when our government used to take the Indian babies away from the tribes and try to teach them the white man's ways. When they closed the Indian School in 34, they put their stuff out by the curb for free, and our grandparents worked on the grounds there and brought home that dresser and the chair that's further down here, and they've been in my family ever since. My brother got it after my grandma died in 1991.
And we also have a very old stove that was actually in use until...
Yes, till the mid-'80s. It belonged to our great-great-aunt Nettie Baker. That would be her in the bottom of the photograph. I'm not sure if you can get that. She bought the stove new in 1921 in Wynn, Michigan. She cooked on it until the early 1980s. She died in 1985, and my mother purchased it from the estate.
All right, well, Scott and Kelly, this is really just the very beginning of our tour here. We have lots of great motorcycle items to see, so you'll want to stay tuned for all of this.
Motorcycles and more, I guess you would call it.
yeah.
Motorcycles and more, there you go.
The local man passed away last fall. His family decided to honor him in a unique way by opening a motorcycle museum.
Motorcycles were Kevin Moses' life passion, so the Museum of Moses showcases his entire collection. Alex and Stephanie are live in Missaukee County this morning to show it off. Hi, Alex.
Hey guys, to say that Kevin Moses was passionate about Harley-Davidson motorcycles would definitely be an understatement. We've done a little exploring this morning and I found something that kind of speaks to me. These are the Harley Women magazines that he owned, and I think by the end of the morning the Moses family might make a Harley woman out of me yet. What do you guys think?
I think we will. We'll make a hag out of you.
Oh, okay. A little bit of everything there. And while we've been exploring, you've been telling me that this is just a small percentage of what your brother owned.
Yes, this is a fraction of what's left of the collection. The rest of it has been sold to fund this project. His trust has paid for the building. Everything that has been done so far, his trust has funded. Our goal now is to have donations and the sales of our T-shirts and buttons keep us up and running and allow us to stay open.
So let's continue our tour a little bit and talk about some of the things we're seeing along the wall. The hat first.
The coonskin cap he wore because the tumor on his neck didn't allow him to wear his helmet. So someone in the UP made that to fit his head and accommodate the tumor, and they let him ride in Isabella County with that on because all of the police there knew that he was dying of cancer.
And then above that we have a large collection of plates.
Harley plates, most of them are from the 80s and 90s. They're all serial number, limited edition, collector series plates. He bought 2 of everything, so we do have duplicates put away, and there are original boxes and everything for them. The black belts on the wall are kidney belts from the early riding days before the days of back supporters and shock absorbers. You wore them to protect your kidneys because some of the old bikes, like the one we'll see later, was pretty rough on you.
I like how some of those are kind of bedazzled, too. They each have their own little flair.
Right. These are very fancy ones.
So what do you think Kevin would say if he saw this museum today?
Well, I hope he would be happy. If he was alive, of course, we wouldn't have this museum today. So we certainly hope he would be happy.
And of course, the museum is open to the public.
The museum is open to the public. You don't have to be a Harley person to be here at all. We're open weekends from 10 to 6, weekdays by appointment.
You don't have to be a Harley person, but